you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dares. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Yeah.
Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me.
Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Little lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
Hello everybody and welcome to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here tonight, just a card to cast for you. In the second semi-final of the Hunter tournament, we have Play4Fun winning the coin toss and choosing the left side up against Dominators here on the right side. Bobby bans have been done. It's Irathel Angela coming out from Play4Fun and the Lucas and Xborg from Dominators. And with that being said, we should be ready and set to go to jump into the actual banning phase and see who's going to be joining Sky Kings in the finals on Sunday. Though we do have the third place playoff taking place tomorrow night, and so the losers from here won't just be done with the tournament per se. They'll still have to face up against yesterday's losing semi-finalists in Gascom Esports. So as we know, it's a best of 3, all to play for. Everybody is ready and set and into the banning phase. Oh, we go. Ghost again, going again to get us the first ban of this banning phase. Interested to see what they're going to be thinking of doing here. Maybe it's going to be those respect bans coming out once more, or as is usual in any of the tournament matchups so far, let's just get rid of the CC. Too strong, too flexible.
Come and join me in my dream world.
Lunox, the first ban coming out from Dominators, which is in my opinion going to open the door to going for a bit of a tankier draft. I would suspect Alice is still open in terms of, your tankish heroes. The same with the Grok as well. You've got quite a selection. Bashia, Fredrin. It is quite a selection. So getting rid of Lunox means that they're definitely looking at going for a more tankier lineup. Kimmy being removed from the equation. Alice is the follow-up. Because, I mean, if you don't have first pick, why would you leave the Alice open?
Harley is my most trusted partner.
Your team is picking.
The same can be said for the first pick coming out from Play4Fun, which is the Grok. I mean, it's left open, and so I'm kind of loving the bans that came out from Play4Fun, simply because if you leave a couple of the meta heroes open, they don't get to ban all of them, and if you have first pick, it plays right into your hands. You get one of those very strong picks available to you. His Summer and Rama locking onto the Sicilian Camilla combination. According to the law of the game, these two are lovers. And so let's see if Dominators are going to love this combo that they've managed to pick up very early on.
Butterfly is born by thy wish, guided by lantern's light.
Ooh, and Miss Annoyance herself, Zushin. Zushin is in the S tier of mages at this moment in time. Just so strong, extremely annoying, very difficult to deal with in these team fight compositions, especially when you've got such a strong front line. You've got Glue, who's going to go in as one of the best disruptors that you get in a game, and you've got Grok as you know, like where we all know what Grok provides, at that mobility, the set potential, just that displacement ability, just blocking people off is very, very good right now. So a nice strong front line to go with the Zushin pick. So Zushin's going to be happy with that front line that's being presented. Lancelot and Amon, the bans coming out. Amon, we know, has been picked up quite often by a lot of players. So it's best to get rid of, and Lance is maybe the meta jungler at this moment in time. Interesting picks, however, coming through from both Echoes and Robs. Locking onto the Terizla, which we haven't seen in a very long time. Pairs nicely with Camilla with the penalty zone. And early pick on the Clint. So you've got Asukia, who has the potential to go for a counter pick, but opts to go for the Leslie instead, and YK-san with the Cyclops in jungle, which is not something you get to see very often. Not at all, but let's see how this pairs out with the team that has been picked so far. Sai on the Zushin, and Pika going for the Glue Ghost again on the Grok. And, well, a YSS was available, so, you know, if YSS is available, Naz seems to say, right, you're going to leave it for me, not just a pick, but the last pick as well. I'm going to go for it. So that's going to be our drafting phase done and dusted. So let's head into this matchup and find out who is going to draw first blood in this best of 3 in the second semi-final and put one foot in the grand finals that will be coming up on Sunday up against Sky Kings.
Smash them. All troops deployed.
Cyclops used to be played in the jungle quite often previously, right? But it's been many a moon before that was meta. Oh, look at this from the Zushin and the Grok just airlifting the Camilla, but Camilla has an extra escapability right now with Sicilian close by. Nice vision being given by Ghost again. Wants to try to get closer to that level 2 timing. Camilla trying to do some counter scouting. There's a bit of a setup here around this first neutral objective, the litho. But Grok with the knockup 1-2. Will we see the follow-up? Glue is in the mix there as well. Oh my goodness, the stuns onto everybody. They're blowing them all up. It's 3 down. Tarisla trying to fight through all of this, but he's going to get airlifted by Zushin. The stuns are coming out once more. The flicker from Rob's back to safety. Play for fun. Weren't playing for fun there. They were playing for blood. They were out for blood. Bloodthirsty indeed, as they managed to pick up quite a few kills. 3, in fact. The early game gold lane trade-off seems to be pretty... oh, nice pick-off here from Ghost again. Beautiful setup of the Sanguine Claws, dragging this Leslie back. Grok with the save. But Leslie wants to stick around a little bit here. Might be dangerous. However, Zushin is there for a bit of protection. Mid lane has been cleared by Dominators a bit early, but Play4Fun are already in position. Granted, the draft that they had was a little bit on the different side, but they managed to catch out the jungler. Sai just walked into, YK-san just walked into a whole bunch of danger. YSS trying to escape, but should get caught out here. As there's a return kill. However, the pressure's being placed onto Glue. Use that split already, so he's going to get taken down. So overall, I would say this fight does go in the way of Dominators right now. They had a bit of a under-dominating start to the game, but seem to have picked up the pace a little bit, managing to drag the gold lead fairly even, opting not to contest for this first objective, which may be smart considering the lineup that they have. Though Camilla is in the mix here. She's trying to get some stuns out. Does land the Cursed Blood, but only onto one. Cecilia being chased down here. There's going to be YSS who secures the objective, so that extra shield could help. Glue with the split. Tarisla forcing everybody back. YSS going in. There's the Mountain Shocker. They're trying to catch onto Sai, but Sai managed just to flicker back to safety. I used the Crimson Lantern earlier on, so nothing doing. Meanwhile, Leslie on the top lane, managing to get a solo kill there onto the Clint. And so Leslie having a very nice time right now. I know we all know what happens with Leslie. Once she starts to snowball, it's going to be crazy. Rama here and his Summer want to put a bit more pressure onto this gold lane. They don't want to let this Leslie get out of control, because once she gets her items, once she's fed, it's deadly. Yeah, Mr. Sir Lovella, I agree with you. It's very interesting lineups. Not what we typically get to see. I'm assuming there's a lot of comfort picks in the mix here. The snipe comes out, deadly snipe does come out from the YSS, uses the Mountain Shocker onto Grok, whose tectonic charge was used just as sort of like a last resort, last hurrah, if you would say. He knew he was dead. He was like, look, let me just knock some people up here and hope for the best. Maybe something potentially could happen. YK-san going with a jungle invade, but gets spotted out here by Nazar, the ISS Camilla, trying to chase down here. Does have the Cursed Blood available, so everyone needs to be a little bit careful, but I don't think she'd want to use it at this stage in the game, because you do have the turtle up in the next couple of seconds. And that's one of the big team fight spells that can help secure the neutral objective. But there's Glue with the split. The Bat's Feast does come out. The Cursed Blood lands only onto one, but they are into the backline. They managed to take down the Leslie. Tarisla with the penalty zone, forcing everybody back. The damage out from Sicilian just way too much. Glue did land the grab, but has to disappear from there as Dominators pick up 2 kills. Just before this objective, so this should be uncontested to them. No retribution will be available for the side of Play4Fun, so, you know. Ooh, Scout out here. Grok in a lot of danger. Tries to get out from here, but he's going to get taken down. And a blue buff invade as well. They're continuing with the jungle invade here. as Leslie's trying to get to some degree of safety. Glue with the stun onto 3. Leslie just throws out a shot there onto YSS, but I think that would have been all the objectives that the side of Dominators wanted to achieve have been achieved. It's time to disengage. Hunter's Strike already being picked up by the YSS, and Berserker's Fury. Leslie's completed that Berserker's Fury. That's crazy. Oh, but there's pressure being placed onto the clint as we see the Berserker's Fury completed item coming into the forefront as this Leslie is picking up the kills. And at the same time, the gold just sitting on 3.5k, just slightly ahead of the Clint, who also completed Endless Battle, which is quite nice. Ooh, right, I'm checking on all the builds. There's the pressure in the mid lane and in the top lane as well, as it's going to be 2 very quick kills. Naz is going to have to use that mobility of the YSS to escape. Wow, however, Cyclops comes into the mix. Oh, but Naz with the turnaround. However, Clint gets taken out. Yeah, Naz, okay, I'm not sure why she went in there, but got taken out of the equation. The same with Rama and the Sicilian. They went in one at a time. One by one, they were taken out of the equation as Play4Fun are just continuing with this killing spree that they have, keeping the gold within very good touching distance.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Well, Johari, the way things are standing right now, granted, they Play4Fun have a late game composition, as you're clearly pointing out. However, the way this composition is being allowed to pick up kills, there's a tectonic charge into the backline. Bat's Feast is out from the Sicilian. Cursed Blood lands onto 2. However, it's the front line doing all the job. The penalties zone lands, but not enough, as Robs is in a lot of danger. Taken out there by the Zushin. There's a mega kill. Jungle Invade is on. They're trying to seal the fate here. Echoes is taken out in the jungle, and this late game composition is coming online early. Leslie securing the second tier 1 turret of the game. Mid lane and top lane opened up. She's going to rotate to try to take another one while this fight is still continuing. About to chuck here onto the Cyclops, but Cyclops turning around, dishing out the damage. We know how much a sustain and damage a single target damage a Cyclops can deal. So if you don't manage to burst a Cyclops down immediately, it's best to hightail it. Oh, penalty zone onto the Leslie. Uses the conceal to get out of the clutches of the crowd control that was coming out from Terizla. So Asusukia is definitely enjoying life on the Leslie. Picks up the Sky Piercer, so I'm thinking going for a more aggressive build, and is 1/3 of the way through to Endless Battle. Here, Grip Reaper penalty zone is not as effective as it once was. It wasn't like it was nerfed, it's just the meta changed. So Terizla is no longer one of those heroes that you're going to see all the time. It's been a few years since that's been the case. The damage coming out from Leslie here. Nav staying close. However, the deadly snipe comes through as they set up on the YSS. Sky Piercer procs, and they manage to take him down. However, Cursed Blood does not land onto anybody, and this is no jungler, no Cursed Blood. And Terizla being poked down here while the Lord is up. They're just chasing everybody while Cyclops is doing what the jungler is supposed to do. The drag black from Glue onto the Sicilian. His summer is looking like it might be winter is coming for him. But no, the mobility manages Camilla to reposition, and with that, it's the Lord going the way of Play4Fun. Once more, the jungle invades are continuing. This is pressure aplenty from the side of Play4Fun, They've got themselves into a very good position, though. I will say the Holy Shields are still up and will be up as the Lord and the waves will be crashing through. A whole lot of damage here onto Leslie, who has to disengage in a recall. So I think Dominators would be able to protect their tier 3 turrets. Can they protect the tier 2 turrets as well? Then if they do, that's going to be a very solid defense from them. Camilla just trying to force the Zushin back where the Bat's Feast has been committed by Rama there. Just to try to ensure that they're not going to lose those tier 3 turrets that we were speaking of. However, mid lane and bot lane waves are putting pressure in here. Mid lane should be cleared out, but bot lane will be lost as the side of Dominators are moving as a 5-man unit. Cyclops throws out that stun of his. It has quite a large range and quite a long timing on that stun, but Clint was safely in the midst of everybody there in the center of that 5-man. Oh, there's the Cursed Blood, manages to land. But the penalty zone to Rizla into the backline manages to get to. But can they take down the Leslie? It's a double kill going the way of Clint. The grab onto the group, but they drag him back underneath the turret. It's a shutdown going the way of Terizla. So the defense, not just the defense, but the shutdown kills and the gold being eaten up here by Dominators, just reducing that gold lead quite significantly. However, can they take the opportunity to translate this into a little bit of map control? There's Grok once more, just capturing that Sicilian. The Crimson Lantern coming through. Sicilian is taken down. Sigh on the Zushin. MVP performance. Most definitely. 5-0-7. Oh, the Cursed Blood coming out a little bit early here. And Camilla being dragged back and eliminated. Oh, nice stun onto the clip. The chase is on. YSS is so low. But Leslie just ensures that he doesn't escape. It's the penalty zone onto 3. However, the Leslie damages way too much. That's a full team wipe with the waves coming through. Glue the recall in the base, just trying to make sure he can get himself out. But this could be a potential winning angle. They're going for they're opting to split their attention, right? I actually would have went for this. Legitimately, I would have went for this. With everybody available, you had the opportunity to end, but you know, sometimes it's nice when you're not 100% certain, because there was a degree or an element of, you know what, maybe we won't be able to get the lock onto the base because of the timing of the new wave coming through. So I suppose the decision to split focus, split attention, take 2 objectives instead of 1 was the smart play from the side of Play4Fun, who evidently are not living up to their name. They're not playing for fun. They're playing for blood. Waves this time round, not evenly synced up. And Leslie is in the jungle. This Lord's not going to be doing much here. The frontliners are trying to get into some sort of position. The bot lane is being pressured upon. They're going to try and achieve. Oh, there's the Cursed Blood coming out. Only managed to catch onto 2. The penalty zone. There's the follow-up. The Crimson Lantern comes out. Oh, the tectonic charge on point. The repositioning in here. Is going to be one more taken down from the equation. As the grab is onto Terizla, who's going to be taken down. I mean, onto Camilla, who's going to be taken down. Oh, Grok with a wall once more. Ghost again has had an absolute monster of a performance. As the base is now wide open, you just got the 2 MMs left alive to try to defend. But with Leslie there just to lock onto the base, this should be GG's. As we can see the final kills coming through here. And that is First Blood going the way of Play4Fun.
Victory!
So well done to Play4Fun. They managed a very strong performance overall. Ghost again picking up the MVP, though Sai was not far off in terms of contribution. Both the mid lane duo for the side of Dominators, I mean for the side of Play4Fun, really setting things up for them in this first match. Dominators, it's Camilla with the MVP for them for 0-4-10. However, we're going to head into the second match now, and this is match point already. Second game, Play4Fun have the opportunity to take it all, but will we see Dominators actually manage to take us to the third game? Let's head into the lobby and see what the bans are going to be, and who's going to be taking this and joining Sky Kings in the finals. So the teams are almost ready and set. There'll be a bit of a side swap, as we know. It'll be Dominators this time on the blue corner. Play4Fun in the red. So Ghost again banning out the Camilla and X-Borg. What are the bans that will be coming through next? Let's see what Dominator's bans will be. They're taking their time a little bit, just to strategize, because all the pressure is on them at this moment in time. It's Play4Fun. They've got the bit between their teeth. They've already got first blood. It's 1-0 to them. So Dominators really have to think through what they're going to do. This banning stage is going to be very important for them. They decide to go with the Clint and Grok bans. I think those are two very good bans based on what happened in the previous matchup. So with the lobby bans completed, we should be heading through to the next stage, the banning stage. So Camilla, Clint, X-Borg, and Grok, the bans in the lobby banning stage. Let's go, everybody's ready, everybody's set, everybody's excited to see what's happening in the next matchup. I think everyone's just making sure that no one's going to forget what those picks and bans were, because, with the lobby banning style of things, it's the one weakness, the one drawback to the lobby banning, is that people can sometimes forget what those bans were, and then problems aplenty. The Dominators are with the first ban for them, and the first ban overall in the lobby banning stage.
It is better to be feared than
Your team
loved,
is banning.
if you cannot both.
We've got Amon as the first ban coming through.
Go. Your team is banning.
As the first ban, as it was the last ban for the side of Dominators the previous match. Reaper, to answer your question, the South African team up against SRG and well, my heart wants to say that South Africa is going to do very well. My heart wants to say that, but
Let's fight to our heart's content.
Your team is picking.
this is the world stage. These are some of the best teams and players in the world, and their level of play, the level of discipline that they show, far outseeds anything that we have in our server. But here's the truth of the matter: is it's Mobile Legends. Anything can happen. We've seen giants fall more than once, right? So South Africa going in here is going to be the underdogs, but you know, even the underdogs can win, and we will be cheering and supporting our team with all our heart. You know, but the competition they're up against is woof. And especially considering, right, SA is not just representing South Africa, they're also representing the Southern African bloc, having won this region and moved through to the World Series. But they got drawn into the group of death. Legitimately, they got drawn into the group of death. When I saw the draw results, I was like, that is just unfortunate. It's a super tough group, but I'm sure the boys have a plan and a strategy in mind, and they've got things in order, right? When it comes to the ladies team are also in quite a difficult group as well, but with the performances that they showed leading up to their qualification to the World Cup, they've got a very strong opportunity to move through to the next round. They've been practicing hard, they've been working on their strategies, they've been playing together as a unit, so I've got high hopes for them. But again, we're just hoping that the South African teams can do well and represent to show what Mobile Legends is like in our side of the world. You know, get everyone a little bit of recognition, get everybody noticed. Right. However, with that being said, I'm just going to head back into the drafting stage here so far. We've got Angela, Camilla, and Angela, Kimmy, and Grok being picked up. So it's going to be Kimmy on the gold lane, which we haven't seen for quite some time, interestingly enough. The same with the Grok pick, which means we're definitely looking at 2 tanks coming out for the side of Dominators. A good ban with the Hayabusa, since you've got a very squishy back line there. You don't want Hayabusa to go in with that shadow kill. Johari, to answer your question, this is the Esports World Cup. So, you know, like how you get FIFA for football and FIFA has the World Cup for football, for soccer? The IESF runs the World Cup for esports. So it's all the countries in the world competing and playing, and the best from each region moves across to the World Cup stage. So it's the biggest national event for not just Mobile Legends. It's the biggest national. When I say national, I mean, I'm not talking about the pro teams. The professional scene is very different from the national side of things. It's the biggest national tournament in the world. It is every major esports title played, like sort of like in like an Olympics event, where it's all to play for. The countries are being represented in various codes of esports. So it's going to be a crazy tournament starting in a couple of weeks' time, actually. We will have the opportunity to stream or restream the games. IESF has given us permission here at Waylander Gaming to bring some of the World Cup events through to you. So we'll be dealing with the Mobile Legends streams, and hopefully, we're still waiting for permission on that, hopefully the PUBG ones as well. Right? But that is the World Cup stuff happening right now. We've got the semi-finals in the Hunter tournament. I know I got a little bit distracted here, and well, into the game we go. This is the second semi-final. Play4Fun with a 1-0 lead. Can they win this out? They've got a very interesting draft here. I must admit, it's going to be Odette in the jungle. They had a crazy draft in the first game and it worked out in their favor. I don't know how this is going to go with another crazy draft as well. The drafts in this particular semi-final have been very unpredictable. I know I was watching the picks even though I was talking to you about the World Cup coming through, and I was like, look. This is too unpredictable for me to try to say anything about this. Chip using that teleport, getting across the map, wants to put a bit of pressure here onto Kimmy. Kimmy is just throwing shots into the bushes like, no, you will not find me. You're not going to get onto me. It's also been a while since I've seen Bernadetta in the jungle. She's not the quickest of junglers, but I mean, I don't think that's going to matter up against the Odette, who's not going to be fast as well. Chip flicker being forced out very, very early. I'm going to be super interested to see what happens at this first turtle fight. That'll be coming up in the next 30 seconds or so. Nice zoning away here by Kimmy. Chip has the ability to come and support the marksman. Because you know that he's going to be able to get across the map faster than almost anybody. As the first turtle is up, the side of Play4Fun already in position. Nice, patiently waited out moment here by the Odette. Waiting for the front line to get involved. Waiting for the front line to come through and, you know, just join the party. Oh, but they do manage to catch on to the Bernadetta, who has the mobility to escape. My goodness. Oh, but God, with the Mystic Gush onto 2. Johnson with the drive-by. The flicker just saving God there in the backline. But Kimmy with the rotation. Setting up Eclectic Blades. It's first blood. It's going to be another kill taken down. It's going to be 2-0 exchange in the favor of Dominators. So this time around, the strange draft coming through from Play4Fun not working out in their advantage. But Beatrix, however, took the opportunity to get an okay sized chunk of gold to try to keep things even. But the gold lead, 1k in the favor of Dominators. Oh, Chip uses that portal, gets down to the bot lane, flickers in there, gets the stun onto Grok, pops that ultimate, and that's a dead Grok. Everybody coming through for that. Well, that's the thing with the Chip. That's the power of the Chip. He's going to be able to set these pickoffs. Again, trying to get a bit of poke damage here onto the Kimmy. Kimmy using that mobility to escape a certain degree of the damage. But there's a drive-by. Hardguard being committed. But is it going to be enough? No, the Kimmy taken down underneath the turret. Alice back into the mix. Eclecto Blades forcing everybody away. Alice is into the backline, which is going to take a lot of damage. Pops that Vengeance. Mystic Gust is in the mix here as they're going to try to get another setup. They take down the Angela in response. However, Bernadetta does get the double and removes the Beatrix from the equation. Meanwhile, Odette. Oh, I'm so surprised to say this, right? Odette stealing some farm here as using the counter jungle rotation. Never thought I'd say that about Odette. So once more, Play4Fun sort of evening things up here, reducing the gold lead to just 500 gold. They'll be hoping that their combinations work out nicely. This Chip Johnson combo is somewhat scary. Oh, they managed to catch up to the Bernadetta. Do they have the lockdown? They're standing up. It uses the Eclecto Blade, but the hard guard does come out. There's Odette with the ultimate. It's going to be a 2-0 exchange. They want to chase down Bernadetta, but she's so quick, so mobile. They force everybody back. Towers has started the turtle, but is lonesome in the meantime. Odette wants to go for a little bit of a jungle invade. Gets a nice poke. It's going to be ultimate snipe coming out there from the Beatrix, and Rob's managing to secure the turtle while no junglers were around. I can't really tell which way this game is going to go. Normally you'd have like a reasonable idea as to what's going to happen here. But there's so much going on in terms of the picks, the strategies, and it's different all the time. The dodge away, but the hard guard did come out a bit early from onto Bernadetta. The crash was committed, so they're going to reset this mid lane duo and see what they can do once again. They're making it very difficult to set up for ganks, but there is a gank here onto Thermos, who pops the Vengeance, pops the ultimate. survives it all, turns around, wants to try to go back in here, but he's going to get stunned up. Is he going to be taken out from the mix? Yes, he is. The Eclecto Blades comes out from the Dominator, but she's going to get stunned up. He tries to use the second skill, but it's taking way too much damage. It's going to be the ultimate being popped here in the mid lane as well, and that's going to be a 2-for-0 overall exchange, and I think we should see the first turret of the game falling. Maybe 2. Beatrix focusing onto one, God trying to deal with the other. The minion is ensuring. Yeah, I think this. Oh, almost 2. But there's the chase onto the Bernadetta, who's trying to get onto the Beatrix, using the machine gun. And there's the crash in from the Johnson. The chase is on. They managed to secure another. This Johnson chip combination is actually working out. I would have never in my life thought I'd see this in a semi-final matchup of a tournament ever. I would have thought I would have seen it in a tournament ever. But, you know, it's working out. Oh, Odette pops the ultimate. There's the team with a follow-up here as they're trying to take down everybody. It's going to be a killing spree. Kimmy survives. The hot guard is going to be cast onto the Kimmy, but they're going to have to be careful. Thamos should be able to get a turret in return on the top lane. Robs has been sticking or hard focusing here on the XP lane, making sure that it's been okay. Johnson with those drive-bys once more. Just repositioning. Chip has scouted out everybody around this objective. Johnson's just waiting for the right person to crash onto. Oh, Kimmy dashes to a bit of safety. Johnson, this driving here has been on point, I must say, from Sai. Turtle has turned into Lord. Well, but Johnson this time round is going to get engaged upon. Chip with counter-engaged. The hot guard was looking to be cast, is going to get cast onto the Thamos. That's the right target, but Thamos is now caught out underneath the turret. Alice is into the mix here. No, misses the ultimate. However, Thamos turns around, dishing out the damage. Beatrix has got an enormous amount of damage herself, but there's Johnson back into the equation. You can't ignore the fact that Johnson can be in the base and back again in a heartbeat. The Lord is still up. Both teams are trying to vie for some amount of mid lane dominance here. But Johnson, he's trying to set it up. He manages to catch the god. The hot guard in time to save the Eclectic Blades is in there, but it's Odette with the ultimate. That's beautifully on point. The Mystic Gush comes through. Alice is going to get chased down here by the Thamos. The lock is on. He sets up for a double kill. It's a 2-for-1 exchange now. That's gone in the favor of Dominators, and they're going to try and take down this Lord. However, Chip is close by here. He's going to try to force them back. Beatrix uses that rocket barrage. Chip is going to take dealing everybody's attention. Oh, the flicker from the Beatrix. She's going to have to try to reposition. Oh, but then Chip pops that ultimate, and Johnson with the drive-by. He sets up the double. It's going to be Bernadetta. She's going to get taken down. It's an unstoppable for the Beatrix. Oh, Jet trying to focus down this Angela, who's been causing so much of problems. She's getting chased out here. Somehow has the mobility to escape. Oh, but God gets the shutdown kill. Is Alice going to go in? She does manage to get the stun. They do take out the God, and this is going to be the advantage to try and take this objective, the Lord. But Odette is waiting for the rest of the team to come through. They're trying to achieve a little bit more. In the meantime, getting some waves pressured in. Odette's not going to have the ability to actually tank this Lord. Bernadetta is trying to get in close. Oh, does Odette have the ultimate? Yes, she does. Thamos has that hard guard. Odette pops the ultimate nice and early. Wants to try to secure the objective here. There's Eclectic Blades. Who's going to land it? It's going to be Odette with that... with the Lord. However, they've lost 2 players. So Lord, but they've lost 2. So I think honor's even in this exchange. This is interesting, to say the least. Interesting drafts have led to an interesting gameplay. But on the messy side, not gonna lie, but the messiness is just added to the entertainment factor. So as expected, Lord is going to be dealt with fairly evenly. Bernadetta is going to get caught out here, but uses the second skill just to disengage. That Johnson and Chip combination coming through here once more. They want to engage into the Thamus. Thamus realizes that he's going to be in a bit of danger. The pushing being done all across the map here by the side of Play4Fun. Losing those two members meant they couldn't really achieve much else in terms of taking down any turrets. So as I said, it was going to be honors even with that trade-off. So a lot's going to come down to the next 100 seconds. Oh, look at that from the Odette. Gets the pick-off kill and gets out. And there's this Chip Johnson combination into the mix. With the Alice, there's the follow-up. She's just zoning everybody away. It's a 2-for-1 exchange overall. But still, this is not translating into any turrets. "70 seconds to go to the next Lord." This next Lord, I don't know if it's going to be a winning Lord, but it's going to set up quite a bit. Nicely done here by Sukia as she just secures the mid lane turret and gives the team the advantage heading into the final minute before this second Lord of the game. Once again, Chip and Johnson, they're looking for somebody, anybody, right now. It's such a crazy combo. I can't get over it. Engagement here onto Alice, but Alice, she does have the ability to get in, get out of any one of these difficult or trickier situations. Meanwhile, Odette waiting here to see who's going to be coming in for the buff. Oh, but there's the scout out. Odette has been scouted out. That little bit of movement from the buff itself. We're taking a lot of damage. Pops the ultimate, but has to disengage. Chip is into the mix, and Bernadetta gets that pick-off kill. Odette stuck around a little long, but there's going to be the Beatrix. She's just dishing out the damage. It's a triple for her. She should take the mid lane turret as well. I don't think Angela has the ability to defend. Oh, but Alice, will she be able to catch out this Angela? No, she does not. But are they going to go for this Lord without retribution? No retribution for both teams. It's only going to be Thamus and Angelo has the ability to contest this, as Rubs is trying to find that angle. Pops the ultimate, wants to go in here, but the repositioning being done that hard god is on point once more. They are trying to chase down the Beatrix, but she's got way too much sustain. She turns around, dish out the damage. It's going to be Lord and 2 kills. This is a definite winning position here as the Alice is into the mix, trying to get the stun. Does get the stun onto God, who Mystic Gush, but there's going to be, oh my goodness, the Winter Crown coming through there as they manage to take down 2. It's a 3-for-2 exchange overall. What was at that moment in time a certainty to actually end the game is going to be a little bit more challenging, but with Beatrix still around, Odette went in there, pops the ultimate, but has to use it defensively. Here's Beatrix. She's going to try to take down as many of the turrets as she possibly can. Is taking a lot of damage. Goes for the Mystic Gush coming at a point, but the Rose Gold Meteor just giving enough shield. Lord charges in here. Can they get any of the tier 3 turrets? That's the quick question. They do manage to take one. Top lane was defended successfully. But you've got Chip. Oh, but Kimmy gets the traction pulse and the shutdown onto Beatrix. So advantage Play4Fun, but I don't think they're going to be able to end without the Beatrix there. So once again, like the second game, or like the first game, sorry, Play4Fun have opened up the mid lane base. They've opened it up wide. And now there's Johnson. He's trying to get in. They managed to get the target they were looking for. It's Angela, but Angela is surviving through all of this here. She's sustaining, but Odette comes through. There's the Winter Crown from Alice. As will they be able to yes, they do. It's going to be a 3-for-0 exchange. Rama, or a 3-for-1 exchange. Rama is going to just escape to the base. This is a winning angle. It's going to be Thamos and God try to defend against all of this with the Beatrix respawned and heading into the mix here. They're waiting for her to come through with that extra bit of damage. She's just locking on. She's hard focusing, and this is it. It's game, set, match, play for fun. Take this in clean sweep fashion and move on to the grand finals. They're going to be up against Sky Kings on Sunday. Well played to them, and a very, very, very good performance from Asasukia on that Beatrix, picking up the MVP with the Ramo picking up the MVP on God for the side of Dominators. So well played, GG's to both teams to giving us a very strange, I must admit, in terms of the draft, but very entertaining semi-final matchup, second semi-finals. So we're going to see Play4Fun facing up against Sky Kings on Sunday in the grand finals, and it will be Dominators up against Gascony Sports for the third place playoff on Saturday. And with that, it concludes tonight's action. A bit early, as we can see, the two games went by in fairly quick fashion, but for all of you who've tuned in to watch, thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like, share, and subscribe button, as we will be continuing tomorrow and Sunday night and bring you the conclusion to the Hunters tournament. But for myself, Waylander, it's going to be goodbye and good night until we see you on the next stream. Thank you for watching.